What in the world does Donald Trump have on Senator Lindsey Graham? Because increasingly, there is almost no other explanation left for Lindsey's absolutely bizarre behavior. He's not fallen into just repeating Republican talking points. He has fallen into straight up conspiracy theories, talking about the deep state. Loony Lindsey, or Flimsy Lindsey, as some know him, was on Fox News over the weekend, and in an exclusive interview. What does that even mean, by the way, to call it an exclusive interview? Maybe that he's not willing to say stuff that's this crazy anywhere else. I don't know. In what is being described as an exclusive interview, said that he believes the Trump-Ukraine whistleblower is, quote, from the deep state. Now, what he even means by that is a second layer question, but the first layer is, deep state? You're now a deep state conspiracy theorist? Let's check out the video. You might notice that interviewer Maria Bartiromo has adopted this strange speech pattern where she says the whistleblower. Sounds kind of like Dan Rather all of a sudden. I've been watching her for 20 years on TV. She never had that until now. It's very strange. She became a Trumpist and now she talks about the whistleblower. But in any case, that's not the substance of this video. Let's take a look at the substance of the video.
If the whistleblower had a connection to a Democratic candidate, that would be pretty stunning. So the only way you can fairly deal with this issue is for us to find out who the whistleblower is. No American can be accused of a crime based on an anonymous allegation. The whistleblower is foundational to what they're doing into the House, and the fact that they don't want to call him tells you everything they know, everything you need to know about how valid this effort is to impeach the president. It is impossible to conduct an impeachment inquiry when the chief complaining witness is unknown to the president, not subject to cross-examination.
Well, this is a really important point because for a long time, Adam Schiff said he wanted to speak to the whistleblower. Then we found out that his staff actually did meet with the whistleblower. So now he doesn't want to speak to the whistleblower in any of these hearings any longer.
Well, because what's going to happen, when you find out who the whistleblower is, I'm confident you're going to find out it's somebody from the deep state. You're going to find out that they had interactions with the Schiff.
So let's deal with the deep state part first. Deep state has replaced other conspiracies like the Bilderbergs or the Illuminati. The deep state conspiracy, as I can best explain it, it's some kind of hybrid multinational combination of people who are insiders in power, people from industry, political individuals, government, who are the sort of real puppeteers that are controlling and manipulating the world as we know it. And as usual, the thing about these theories is there's some element of truth to them in the sense that, listen, there are powerful people in society whose desires are much more likely to be taken seriously and made law or policy or whatever than others. And it's disproportionately the rich, it's disproportionately corporations, but they take that kernel of something and they use it to describe some very specific conspiratorial cabal for which there is not actually evidence. And the concept of the deep state, I think linguistically, it actually was first used in Turkey in the 90s, but it may even go back further than that. But that's what Lindsey is now fully in on the conspiracy theory side. Now, Lindsey is actually wrong on the facts of the whistleblower as well. If you have a perpetrator and you have a victim, it actually doesn't matter if the person first blowing the whistle is anonymous. I'll give you an example. If I call the police anonymously and report a burglary, and the police show up and they find a burglar running out of the house with a bunch of stuff, and they find a victim who says, this is my house and I used to have all these things in it and now those things are gone, the burglar can be charged. In this case, we have, since the whistleblower, multiple people corroborating the whistleblower's story. So blaming the whistleblower is like blaming the fire alarm for anonymously alerting the fire department to a fire. Once you show up and you confirm we've got a fire, we've got an arsonist, we've got a victim, we've got a damaged property, what does it matter that the fire alarm was this, that, or the other thing? You show up, we've got a murder, we have a weapon, we have a murderer, we have a dead person, we have a location. Unless the person who called 911 testifies, you don't have anything? Give me a break, Lindsey. Anyway, Lindsey's behavior, so bizarre that there is speculation that Donald Trump has something really bad on him, which explains why he's behaving this way. I don't know. I think he may just be bonkers. And of course, it's all a cover-up for the simplest of explanations. Trump did it. The whistleblower complaint was correct. It's been corroborated. It's arguably impeachable. We have an impeachment inquiry with public hearings starting today with Bill Taylor and George Kent. That's the story. Anything else is a distraction or irrelevant or a deliberate red herring or straw man. And we increasingly are seeing the focus on the whistleblower because they can't defend the actions. They can't defend the case on the merits. So all they're doing is talking about the whistleblower up to and including literal deep state conspiracy theories from a longtime establishment Republican Senator, Lindsey Graham. Very, very disturbing that this is how far we have fallen. Make sure you follow the show on Instagram at David Pakman Show for more coverage of this. And while you're there, follow me on Instagram at david.pakman. Today's program is sponsored in part by Blinkist.com/Pakman. If you've not already heard about Blinkist, it's amazing. It's an app for your phone, tablet, or web browser. And what they do is they take nonfiction books, popular nonfiction, critically acclaimed nonfiction. They condense the book into a 15-minute audiobook. You get all the most important information and insights from each book, but you can soak up the entire essence of the book in one sitting. I've listened to a ton of books on Blinkist. One recent one is Robert Reich's new book, The Common Good. Also Bunk by Kevin Young, useful in preparing me for the pseudoscience miniseries that we're producing. And if you are a David Pakman Show viewer or listener, you can get a 7-day free trial by going to Blinkist.com/Pakman. If you're watching on YouTube, use the link in the video description. After the free trial, if you like it, you can get the full access to thousands of condensed audiobooks for about $5 a month. That's BLINKIST.com/PAKMAN.